When the sky holds its breath, the earth listens, because something powerful is about to break the silence. That's not just poetic, it's prophetic. The kind of warning the universe doesn't give twice. Something rare is unfolding above us, and it's not waiting for your permission to begin. On July 16th, exactly at 1616, a moment opens. A rare meeting in the sky. The moon drifts between Saturn and Neptune, both spinning backward in retrograde, like ancient watchers reviewing what we've ignored. When this happens, reality doesn't just shift, it bends. And if you're not paying attention, it'll bend you before you even realize what's happening. This isn't just some pretty moonrise, this is cosmic surgery, and the scalpel cuts deep. The kind of deep where memories return, old truths resurface, and emotions you've stuffed down start clawing back up. If something feels heavy or strange tomorrow, don't brush it off. This is not a random mood. It's a celestial alarm clock, and the snooze button is broken. Ignore this energy, and you might miss your one shot to finally see what's been quietly ruining your peace. This is urgent. This is personal. This is not just happening to the sky, it's happening to you. So if your chest feels tight, if your thoughts won't sit still, if your dreams start making too much sense, that's not coincidence, that's alignment, one that's about to shake you awake. Like and subscribe if you're ready to stop sleepwalking through your own life. And if you're truly ready to receive what's coming, drop the number 77 in the comments to let the universe and this community know you're tuned in. Share this now to help others catch the wave before it hits. Because in a moment like this, missing it isn't just a mistake, it's a delay your soul can't afford. Let's talk about what's really coming. Number 1, the effort that feels like it's going nowhere. And speaking of being shaken awake, here's where things get real. Because once this cosmic shift touches you, it doesn't stop at your emotions. It starts pulling at the strings of your reality. You're about to see something that flips your entire understanding of why things haven't been working out the way you hoped. The truth is, it's not that you're doing the wrong things, it's that you're doing them with the wrong energy. There's a strange trap waiting in this energy. You might wake up tomorrow with a deep urge to fix something, to make a bold move, to finally take action, but then feel like you're throwing everything into a black hole. No reaction, no reward, just silence. And that silence, it's not punishment. It's not the universe ignoring you, it's Saturn retrograde pulling out the receipts. This isn't the kind of day that claps for your effort. It's the kind that studies it, that looks at where you've been pouring your time, your attention, your loyalty, and quietly asks, was it even worth it? Think of it like this. You've been trying to water a plant that's already dead. You've been loyal to energy that hasn't been loyal to you. You've been feeding systems, people, dreams that don't feed you back. That imbalance isn't subtle anymore. Saturn is here to spotlight it, slice it open, and show you what's really underneath all that effort. And when you see it, when you finally see where all your power's been leaking, you won't be able to unsee it. It will sting, but it will also set you free. Stay with me, because the next realization will explain exactly why you've been stuck in cycles that never seem to move forward, no matter how much you give. Number 2, the trap of false peace. Now here's where the storm starts to whisper, because even after seeing what's draining you, some part of you might still try to fix it anyway. You might spend hours trying to piece something back together that deep down, you already know is broken beyond repair. And that's the part this energy won't let you lie about anymore. The truth you've been avoiding, it's coming up, and it's not asking for permission. Right now, there's a quiet pressure moving beneath the surface. It doesn't shout, but it pulls. A subtle nudge into conversations you don't want to have. A sense of guilt when someone asks for more of your energy. That soft manipulation that makes you say yes just to avoid rocking the boat. You smile, nod, agree, not because your heart's in it, but because conflict feels heavier than compromise. But this week, that kind of emotional shortcut backfires. Neptune spinning backward blurs your vision, makes you second-guess your boundaries, tells you you'll figure it out later. But Saturn remembers. And when the 18th comes, it's going to ask, why did you agree to that? What did it cost you to say yes when you meant no? Saying yes to keep peace on the outside while chaos grows inside, that's not peace, that's self-abandonment. And this alignment is done letting you abandon yourself just to keep things calm for everyone else. It's time to stop faking peace and start telling the truth, even if your voice shakes. Number 3, the cost of saying yes when you meant no. Let's keep going, because now the pressure starts tightening. You think you're keeping the peace, but in reality, you're making small trades with your own soul. That's the trap. Neptune in retrograde makes everything feel blurry. You tell yourself it's not a big deal. You tell yourself you'll handle it, that you'll speak up next time, that it's easier to just say yes and keep things flowing. But Saturn doesn't forget. Saturn is taking notes. And on the 18th, it will come back like a mirror and ask you face to face, why did you say yes when you meant no? And more importantly, what did it cost you to fake peace? Because that moment where you swallowed your truth, it didn't disappear. It just sank deeper, and now it's weighing on you. That tension in your chest, that random frustration, that's not random. That's your spirit feeling the price of your silence. Don't confuse the absence of conflict with real peace. Sometimes what feels like peace is just your boundaries dying quietly in the background. If you keep saying yes to avoid discomfort now, you're only postponing a bigger storm. The discomfort will come, it always does. And this week is testing you in the smallest, most private ways. Not the dramatic stuff, but the tiny choices where you betray yourself just a little. You already know the difference between peace and pretending. The universe knows too, and it's watching to see what you choose next. Number 4, the shift you might miss. Let's keep going, because here's where the quiet shift begins. And if you're in the middle of a promise that doesn't feel right anymore, then you already know what this weight feels like. You're carrying something that was never fully yours, a responsibility, an emotion, a role you stepped into just to keep things stable. But now it's heavy. Not because you're weak, but because it was never meant to stay. That discomfort you've been feeling lately, it's not random. It's Saturn tapping you on the shoulder, whispering, don't lie to yourself again. And here's the wild part. It won't show up in big dramatic ways. This shift will sneak in through small cracks. You might notice you no longer flinch at an old trigger. Maybe someone pushes your buttons, and this time you don't react. Or maybe you do, but it's different. Clear, calm, controlled. You might even catch yourself realizing you don't want the same things anymore. Or maybe you do still want them, but the neediness is gone. The desperation has quieted. That difference, it's massive, because it means you're no longer chasing from emptiness. You're choosing from clarity. That's growth, and it's so subtle you could miss it if you're not watching. But if you do catch it, even just once, let it remind you, you're not who you were. And that quiet upgrade happening inside you, that's more powerful than any loud transformation. That's the moment your spirit moves ahead of your story. Number 5, the emotional noise behind the stillness. Let's keep unfolding this, because deep change rarely comes in loud packages. It doesn't explode into your life like a firework. It slips in, quietly, through the back door of your awareness. You won't always notice it right away because it doesn't shout. It just stops repeating the past. This Saturn and Neptune retrograde, it's holding up a strange mirror, but not the kind that tells you who you are. This one does something deeper. It reflects who you're no longer pretending to be, and sometime between now and the 18th, you're going to catch a glimpse of that. And no, you're not imagining the shift. It's real. Lately, everything just feels loud, doesn't it? The chatter, the lights, the constant noise. Even normal conversations start to feel like someone turned the volume up on life. You walk into a room and the energy hits you like a wave. You don't want to explain. You don't even want to be seen. That isn't moodiness, it's sensitivity. That's the Pisces moon wrapped in Neptune's fog, tuning your emotional frequency way higher than usual. You're not broken for feeling this way. You're just finally honest. What used to feel okay is now too much because you're no longer pretending it's fine. That's what evolution feels like. And while it may look like you're withdrawing, what's really happening is this. You're clearing the noise so your soul can finally speak without interruption. Keep listening. It's telling you something big. Number 6, the truth about manifestation. Let's keep unraveling the truth, because this is where everything starts to make sense. Lately, it's like your emotional radar has been turned all the way up. You're picking up on things you'd usually ignore. The energy in a room, the tension behind someone's words, even your own hidden fears. And no, you're not overreacting. Your nervous system is just finally telling the truth you've been trying to push away. You've been doing everything right, at least on the surface. The vision boards, the journaling, the high vibe mindset. But deep down, something still feels off. Like you keep asking the universe for the same thing and it just floats away. Like no matter how hard you focus, it doesn't land. That's because your energy is louder than your words. And here's the part most people miss. You're not manifesting from clarity. You're manifesting from panic, from fear, from a desperate need to change something now. You want the money because you're afraid of lack. You want the relationship because you're tired of being alone. You want the new life because you're trying to run from the old one, not because you're rooted in where you're going. The moon doesn't play pretend, especially not when it lines up with Saturn and Neptune like this. It doesn't care what you write down. It responds to what you feel. If your body is tense, if your heart is racing, if you're trying to force things through anxiety, the signal gets scrambled. This isn't failure, it's your wake-up call. Number 7, miscommunication and emotional flooding. Let's move deeper, because now we're hitting the part that messes with your mind and your mouth. When Saturn is in retrograde and Neptune is dissolving what's fake, something strange happens. The curtain drops, and suddenly you can't keep pretending that your goals are pure if they're really just survival tactics dressed up in vision board quotes. You might notice something weird. You can't seem to explain how you feel. The words feel stuck, or worse, they come out wrong. Too much, too little, too messy. Or maybe you just freeze and say nothing at all. That's not you failing. That's the pressure cooker of Saturn squeezing, Neptune fogging, and the moon turning up the emotional volume. It's like your heart is overflowing, but your mouth can't translate it. You're not broken, you're just emotionally flooded. This isn't a sign that you're immature. It's a sign that your system is full. Your spirit is backed up. You're trying to speak the language of the soul using logic, and the soul doesn't speak that way. Not everything you're feeling is meant to be explained right now. Some emotions aren't puzzles to solve, they're weather to move through. So let yourself feel without performing. Cry if you need to, breathe, walk, sit in silence. Your clarity will come when you stop trying to package your storm into pretty sentences. Because truth doesn't always come wrapped in language. Sometimes it just needs space, and right now space is your medicine. Number 8, restlessness, resistance, and the rise of a new you. Here's where it all comes together. Because while you've been quietly rebuilding your inner world, others are just now starting to fall apart. You've cried the tears, sat in the silence, felt the breakdown, and crawled through the breakthrough. You've healed things others haven't even faced yet, but suddenly someone close to you is spiraling, panicking, falling into emotions you've already made peace with. That's retrograde delay. It means people are waking up late and you're their mirror. But hear this clearly. Just because chaos knocks doesn't mean you have to answer the door. You don't owe your calm to someone else's storm. You can hold space for them without being pulled back into what you've already outgrown. And then there's that strange restlessness you've been feeling, that itch under your skin, like something's shifting, but you can't name what. That's not panic, that's activation. Your soul isn't breaking, it's stretching. This isn't meltdown energy, this is next level energy. And the universe is whispering, don't wait for the collapse, move now. But don't confuse that movement with forcing. If you try to hustle through this fog, you'll just drain yourself. This energy won't reward pressure, it responds to presence. Some things feel heavy right now, not because they're meant to be forced, but because you're meant to pause. Ask yourself, am I pushing something that's trying to teach me? You're not falling behind, you're being refined. And sometimes the rewrite is more important than the rush. Let what's rising in you have room to grow, without guilt, without doubt, and without delay. So as we come to the end of this message, let this be your reminder. What's shifting right now isn't meant to break you. It's meant to rebuild you from a place of truth, not pressure. Listen closely to the stillness. Trust the resistance and let the real alignment begin from within. If this spoke to something deep inside you, make sure to like this video, subscribe for more powerful guidance, and comment the number 777 below to show you're ready for what's coming. Share this with someone who needs it, because alignment begins when awareness is shared.